how's it going? We are continuing a series where we're taking a look at the different support available. Currently, we're taking a look at support that you can access in Europe, not necessarily limited to other areas. I'm not entirely sure how it works. I'm looking to understand a little bit better myself. I would be looking for different type of support, right? So perhaps other people can take it this particular way. What kind of support you're seeking? It would be access to perhaps different patents, different facilities, different experts. Um, uh, I have taken a look at UK, and now we're progressing to Europe, right? Within this number of series, I'm gonna try to cover up perhaps at least 20, if so, different institutions that different businesses can seek support. Within this video, I'm gonna be taking a look at European Space Agency, and let's try to understand what this agency is first. European Space Agency (ESA) is an intergovernmental organization dedicated to exploration of space. It was established on May 30th, 1975, and it is headquartered in Paris, France. Uh, that's where it has its headquarters, but they have different departments within different countries. As far as I know, I had reached out to this institution. They have different departments within UK as well, but I'm not entirely sure what's happening. Perhaps what's happening it's related with finance and how finance has been used, since this institution was funded partly by UK as well. So myself currently, I might be able to reach out to them. They might respond to my emails. Perhaps later they won't do that anymore. I'm not entirely sure what's gonna happen later, but currently it seems that it's something that I could ask for support from, but not necessarily. I'm not necessarily sure for how long, right? ESA has 22 member states, as perhaps the numbers have changed, right? So it was set up by European Union, right? So numbers and how many states are working within this institution are always changing. So I don't know how. I'm looking at online resources as well, as I don't know how accurate some of those numbers might be, right? When it comes to how many member states there are, things are changing constantly, right? I had tried reaching out to some of those organizations. Some of those contracts can be very lengthy contracts, right? As well as since my company is based within UK, I need to reach out to UK's department, and that UK department gonna need to ask for approval from coming from Europe. But I think that's the overall chain and how they operating and making decisions when it comes to having access and operating when it comes to Europe. But I don't know. It seems like they're doing a lot of very interesting projects up there. For people who haven't seen it, they're looking to start Olympic Games on space. So they kind of doing a lot of I don't know. It's very hard to take. Then these people they telling me or telling other business that they are very busy, right? Of doing what? Organizing those Olympic Games on space. What are you doing with what kind of projects are you doing, right? Since some of the newcomers, it's very hard to start to collaborating and working together with some of those institutions. I don't know. That's very balanced opinion, but either way, either way. So the people are being silly. It's kind of good. It's kind of bad. But come on, if you need more staff, hire more people. Come on, there's so many people out there. Just hire more and perform better, be more effective, right? Key aspects and activities of European Space Agency can include space exploration. ESA is involved in various space exploration missions, both within our solar systems and beyond. It collaborates with other space agencies such as without promoting any of those, it would be US and they're collaborating with other agencies. Let's finish with that. I'm not entirely sure how well some of those agencies are actually performing, and I'm not supported by any of those. Earth observation. ESA operates a variety of Earth observation satellites that monitors Earth climate, weather, and environmental changes. These satellites provide valuable data for scientific research and policymakers. Okay, so then perhaps some of the areas then we're taking a look at that would be climate, right, and how climate is changing. But I personally believe these institutions are taking money from taxpayers, right? So then eventually all the people would decide, if not decided already, to start or set up their own organization or businesses. It could be profit, non-profit, whatever case may be, and would try to reach out to some of those organizations to understand how keen those organizations are those organizations busy, right? Doing what? Doing what? Busy or what? So that's my own feedback, right? When it comes to doing business with some of those organizations in particular, when and how some of those organizations was funded in the first place. Number three, that would be human spaceflight. While ESA has been a key partner in International Space Station program, it also has its own human spaceflight program. Oh, okay, so they're working towards. I didn't know that. So hopefully they would develop something. As far as I know, have they launched anything in space other than perhaps robots? I don't know. I don't know. Astronauts from ESA member states participate in space missions, conducting experiments and research in microgravity. So they do it currently. So hopefully they can do it safely, right? So perhaps that's an issue. How to do it safely, which is kind of good that they're addressing that. Once they can do it safely, they can progress in actually having launch missions. Number four, telecommunications. ESA is involved in developing and or operating satellite systems for telecommunications, broadcasting, and navigation. The Galileo satellite navigation system, for example, is a joint project of European Union and ESA. So Galileo is something perhaps they work in some of those projects, like always launching and a part of ways how they are looking to attract more attention and something that they are doing. Perhaps they should launch good products and services. They should be more keen in collaborating with the more businesses so they can develop more of those missions, to say the least. That would be some takeaways there. Number five, space science. ESA conduct a wide range of space science missions, including missions to study the sun, planets, and other celestial bodies. Missions like I don't know how successful. Hopefully, during those missions, nobody got hurt, right? So we have launched number of those missions. I don't know if that's an issue. They trying to generate more attention to something that they are doing. If they're doing such a good jobs, right? If they're actually performing up to a particular standards, they can build or make internet cheaper, right? Do that, right? Do that, and trust me, more people would notice of something that you are doing up there without making or doing silly things. Perhaps release free internet for everyone within particular zones, right? Release free internet and then everyone would notice. Call it Galileo or European Galileo, and everyone would notice of what you're doing with releasing of free internet. Number six, launch vehicles. ESA operates its own family of launch vehicles, such as I don't know. I don't know. Just in case something would happen, right? Let's do not promote any of those projects, just in case people might get hurt during some of those launch vehicles. But it's good that they do have those. I don't know if it's good, if it's bad. Hopefully, they do have those, and they constantly developing and improving that since it's very time-consuming, stressful areas, or it can require a lot of resource, a lot of people who need to work together. So I do understand some of these issues there, right? So hopefully we can launch more of those, to say the least. Number seven, technology development. ESA plays a key role in developing new space technologies. It invests in research and development to advance space capabilities and ensure Europe's competitiveness in the global space industry. Okay, so it invests. So this organization generates money, right? So it was set up by taxpayers, right? So it generates money and it's reinvest money, or some of the percentage of overall capital was allocated to this institution, and this institution takes taxpayers' money and it's invest in research and development. So that's what it's very important to differentiate between those kind of things. So how this organization is using its money to develop new technologies, which is a great thing, right? Great, and later sell that to a taxpayers and generate more money. So it's a profitable organization that was set up by taxpayers. People out there who are interested in learning more, I have put together a course that with 12 different points, very fundamental points that I'm looking to share with people who are interested in becoming better, more effective in when setting targets, when accomplishing your goals within those 12 areas. It's very fundamental areas, and that's where everyone would need to begin. Some, if not everything, that we're looking to share within this course haven't been taught in school. So it's very important areas. I had to learn those areas by myself, and I'm looking to share those areas with others. Uh, to put things into perspective, something like a budget. I don't know what kind of school you've been to, but myself, I haven't learned that, which is very important, in particular when managing your first personal budget, and from there, once you have a hold of your personal budget, you can progress into managing the number of different budgets. Feel free to chat to me if you have any questions. If not, there is a QR code in the corner or website below. ESA's collaborative approach involves pooling resources and expertise from its member states to undertake missions and projects that would be challenging for individual nations. So it's like a pool, I guess, when it comes to optimizing resources, right? So the same states, whatever case might be, it might be very hard to develop those technologies within themselves, just based on the sheer number of people, perhaps, or access to different resources. So having one institution is kind of great. So one institution is doing it, I guess. Depends, right? And then you can share those resources. That's another way of thinking or putting things into perspective, as well as the agency also collaborates with non-European countries and organizations to provide international cooperation in space and exploration in research. I have noticed that, which is kind of good. Some of those countries are very well-performing countries, I guess, and they are seeking for new opportunities, including opportunities in space, so they can collaborate and develop some collaborative projects, which is kind of great. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.